Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do a sales forecast for a new business startup. The first thing you have to do is get these these column headings across the top, like item year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. And then you have to do these calculations, which is kind of like a funnel almost, where you figure out how many homeowners there are in the area you intend to serve, have the percent that would hire a lawn service, and then you would calculate the total lawns available by taking the number of house owners multiplied by the percent hiring a lawn service, which would give you the total number of lawns available. That's the total market size in units. Now then you have to estimate your market share and of all that, and I've used 5% here. And you take that 5% and you multiply it by the 7,500, and that gives you this 375. Then what you do is you take that, so that'll be the number of lawns that you'll be cutting. The price of one lawn in a year would be, I just used $150 a month times 12, and that's the same across. We're not going to raise our prices. And our sales forecast is then the total homes multiplied by the price of one lawn per year, and that gives me my sales forecast. So I'm going to show you the formulas here again. So what I did was I started out again with the house owners, and I just assumed 25,000. You need to pick a city, preferably one in the states where you can have year-round, like the southern states where you can have year-round. You can assume anything you want, but you want to have year-round cutting of grass. So that's why I put from research, and I'm expecting the number of house owners to grow 3%, with new home construction and that sort of thing. Again, you would get this from research or state it as an assumption if you can't really find anything. One thing to remember is that when you can't find data that you need, making reasonable assumptions is okay. So I assumed a growth rate of 3%, and then I also assumed a percentage of people that hire a lawn service would be 1 in 3. With 30% roughly, 3 in 10. And you can see that the market share, the total lawns available, would be 25,000 times 0.3. Here would be 25,000 made 3% bigger times 0.3, and that's what these formulas are all doing right here. Then our market share is just what your company, I say our, I mean us, the people doing this assignment. And I assume just a 5% because that's not something that sounds like a huge amount to capture, and so I think that's estimated and reasonable. The total number of homes is going to be equal to C6, this figure, times that figure. The total lawns available by the market share, which gives us that. And then the price of one lawn per year, assumed a lawn price of $150 a lawn multiplied by 12 months. That's why I said assume you're doing this in an area where you can cut the lawn year round, and that's what this ish comes out to be, 150 times 12. And so your final sales forecast for year 1 would be C8, which is the total number of homes multiplied by the price. This is the total homes. When I say total homes we serve, for our market share is this figure, whatever this is, multiplied by $150 a lawn times 12 months would give us C8 times C9. C8 times C9 gives us that figure right there. And you just copy all that across, and that's how I would do the sales forecast. I would probably pretty it up a little bit, so that the numbers you need to come up with are these. $12 months times is $150 a month reasonable, or do you think it should be a different figure? So you need to come up with some values for these. Like I said, do as much research online to find out those values for the area that you're intending to do this research, or the business plan. And if you can't find anything, then just state it as an assumption, as an estimate, as I've done here. So you're going to have that, and that's how you would do your sales forecast. Now, the way I would present it in the paper that you have to do would be by taking these two and making a graph out of it. So first thing I did was I selected all across the top, then I held down the control key, and while I was doing that, I took that like that, okay? And I'm going to go insert, line, okay, and then this is where you have to go and select data. I really don't like the way they've done this in Excel, but anyway, the x-axis is going to be all this, okay, and then this is going to be all that right there, okay. I'm not getting the graph right. Okay, I'm going to make a separate video on that, or at least pause, not separate video, I'm going to pause just a minute. Okay, so the way I would do this is I would highlight this top row here, hold down the control key, select this bottom row, so whoops, this row here, okay, start over again. There. So I've highlighted both of those. Then I would go insert, line chart, 2D line chart. Now for some reason it's still not giving me what I want here. Select data, edit. This is what I want to be my, there you go, year 1, year 2, year 3, okay. And then I want to get rid of that. Now why it says 67,500 at the top I don't know, but I would go 5-year sales forecast right here. This, get rid of that, and I would put here, right click, format, chart area. Let me pause for a minute. So the way I'm going to do this is highlight year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and hold down the shift key, highlight the sales forecast, then go insert, then line chart. That should bring it in so it looks like this. And here I would put landscaping business, and under that 5-year sales forecast. And then the next thing I would do is go to the plus sign here and go to axis titles and put at the bottom here year, and across here we'll put what the sales dollars are. Sales dollars. Then in the template in section 2.0, what I would do is I would probably give this information right here in a table format, and I would also give this graph that shows what it looks like from year 1 to year 5. In your report you would probably want to write out that you used, you know, these figures, the 0.3, the estimate, anything researched and anything estimated you would mention in your little preamble to the table in the Word document. And then I would also give this graph that shows the same thing. And that's how I would do that. Hope that helps.